Hi, hello, and if you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you've been here before, welcome back. The other day I put a new license on my narrowboat and I realised that I had owned the boat for a year, and that got me thinking, how much had the Grey Wagtail cost me over the past year, and how much had I made in the past year from the videos that I post on YouTube about my narrowboat adventures. Now, in the last video, I looked at how much owning the Grey Wagtail, excluding the initial purchase price, had cost me in the first year. And I had spent a whopping £8,034.74 on marina fees, licenses, insurance, fuel, maintenance, etc. Quite frankly, I was shocked. And if you want a breakdown of that figure, please watch the last video. There's a link to it in the description below. Now, coming up in this video, I will look at how much money I've made through YouTube, affiliate sales, and Buy Me a Coffee. So if you want to know whether I've become a YouTube multi-millionaire, then watch this video to find out. Right, so how have things gone and how much have I made? Okay, so what about money I have made from videos such as this on YouTube, my affiliate sales on Amazon? I have affiliate links in most of, if not all of the descriptions that I have for my videos on YouTube, and also through my Amazon shop and Buy Me a Coffee. How much money have I made there? Now, before I get into the figures, I just want to say that I've not got into narrowboating to make money. I got into narrowboating because I wanted to go, well, narrowboating is as simple as that. I like travelling and I like exploring new places. And getting a narrowboat in my retirement seemed to be an ideal way to do that. Now, the reason why I make these videos is because I actually like making videos. Let me explain. I made my first video some 15 years ago. The first video I ever made was to explain to my students how a lab process worked. The footage was what we call faceless. In other words, it was me talking over a series of slides, and that was made into a video. At the time, the university I worked for really didn't have a good way of hosting such videos, so I put them on YouTube. That YouTube channel actually is still running, it's still active. It has about 137 videos on it and over 1,300 subscribers. And I've never made a penny from that channel, as it has never reached the critical 4,000 watch hours per year you need to get monetized. Then COVID-19 came along and we had to record videos of all our teaching and run live sort of streaming teaching sessions. And I found that I really enjoyed planning, writing, recording and editing my teaching videos. I got a great deal of sort of satisfaction from doing that. I found the entire process to be very rewarding, very creative. I've always found teaching and science to be more creative than a lot of people realise. It really has a sort of problem-solving element to it that I really enjoy. I do enjoy the problem-solving side of things. I like coming up with new ways to explain things and to teach things. And when I retired, and yes, I am retired, I retired and I found that I really missed teaching and I missed making those videos. And I decided to make videos about my narrowboat adventures. The idea wasn't to make money, but to provide a sort of creative outlet for myself and keep me busy and amused. I wanted to explore what I could do with a camera and if I could tell a story. Making the videos also gave me an outlet for performing. I really missed getting up in front of, let's say, between 200 and 300 students and delivering a lecture, doing some teaching or running a lab. The past year has allowed me to sort of refine my storytelling. Well, I think it has also my filming techniques and my editing skills. Over the years, I've moved, over the past year, I've moved away from using a program called Camtasia, which I use to edit all my teaching videos, and it did a great job at that, to using Final Cut Pro on a Mac. However, using a desktop Mac on a narrowboat is not particularly practical for me. So I have now switched to using Final Cut Pro on an iPad Air, and it's working really, really well. I'm really pleased with the setup. Now, having said all of that, I know what you are thinking. If you have all this experience, how come your videos are still crap? Well, I never said I was any good at this. You know, I just enjoy doing this process, and that's the way it is. So that's why I make videos about my narrowboat adventures and about narrowboats. It's to sort of keep me amused and to keep me busy. Right, let's talk numbers. Now, my channel, @NickWandering, predates me buying the Grey Wagtail. I started the channel in May 2024, and when I started it, I was using it as a way to sort of reuse some of the thousands of photos I had at various trips abroad. I was really unsure what I was trying to do with the channel or why. It was an experiment, basically. I bought the Grey Wagtail in October 2024 and decided that I would video my first cruise on the boat as a way of sort of sharing my experience with my friends and my family. I then decided, when I realised just how big these video files would be, to use YouTube to share the videos. Hence, I made them for YouTube. From my first cruise, I made 7 videos, and for some reason, I forget why, I published them all at once in one big batch on the 21st of November 2024. I do remember getting one comment from a viewer asking if I knew about scheduled posting and release of videos on YouTube because they found it odd that I had published 7 at once. Looking back, it was a bit odd because it meant that I had nothing left for the following weeks. Anyway, that batch of videos caused the channel to go a bit crazy. I picked up over 3,000 subscribers in the space of a couple of weeks and racked up 74,600 views and 11,400 watch hours, more than enough to get the channel monetized, which actually happened in December 2024, much to my surprise. Today I've posted around 35 videos on the channel, and I have some 5,300 subscribers, which I think is excellent, and over 266,000 views. The channel has amassed, and I find this quite staggering, more than 37,000 watch hours. Quite remarkable. So, I know what you want to know. How much money has all this made me? So, why don't you pause the video here and put a guess in the comments? How much money do you think that has made me? I'll wait. Okay, good, you're back. There's always the danger that if you ask somebody to go off and make a comment in the middle of a video that they don't come back. So, welcome back. Now, before I tell you how much I've made, I want to quickly explain why I monetized the channel. The reason's quite simple. YouTube is making money off this channel and my creative efforts. So, why shouldn't I? The viewer, you guys, you've had to watch an ad possibly or pay the subscription. So why shouldn't I get a small percentage of that income? So that's why I'm monetized. Okay, so how much have I made with 5,300 subscribers and 37,000 watch hours? Well, if you guess £1,007.97, roughly $1,300 US, then you would be right. Well done. It's not a lot, and most people would probably guess that it was more than that. Personally, I'm delighted and gobsmacked that I have made that much. I find it quite remarkable, amazing. I mean, it just blows my mind that I've made £1,000 doing this. And if you're wondering what my top videos are, well, they are. The top one is the first video that I made, the first video, which was The Adventure Begins, taking ownership of my first narrowboat, which has over 75,600 views. The second most viewed video is the Oxford Canal water shortage video that I made back in June, July time, which was entitled Oxford Canal Water Shortage, Where's the Water? Where I went around and I looked at the 3 different feeder reservoirs. That has gained 29,800 views. And my third top video, Day 1, my first narrowboat adventure, 7 locks, a tunnel and a steep learning curve, that has racked up 28,800 views. In fact, if I look at the top video, it is the one that made the channel. It's the one that brought in all those sort of viewers. It has over 75,060 views, over 9,300 watch hours, and has brought in over 3,300 subscribers, and has made me £211.91, which is staggering. Blown away by that. The second video, my second top performing video with 29,800 views, has 2,500 watch hours, but it's only brought in 204 subscribers and made £123.77. And the third video, with over 28,800 views and 5,700 watch hours, added 865 subscribers and made me £111.74. And while these numbers look good, my remaining videos don't get anywhere near these numbers. And if we look at my bottom 3 videos, and this has surprised me as to the bottom 3, the not quite bottom one is Things to Do on the River Thames Henley Royal Regatta 2025. That has only had 436 views, 49.3 watch hours, and lost the channel 3 subscribers and made me £1.94. The video I made on the condensation on boats, the maths explainer, how I did all the maths for one of my other videos, that has had 352 views, 17.7 watch hours and lost 4 subscribers, and has made me a whopping 76 pennies. And the third, the bottom performing video, is Things to Do on the Thames Henley Arts Festival 2025. That has had 312 views, 20.9 watch hours, and has lost me 2 subscribers and made me £1.24. So it's not all big viewing numbers and big payouts. From this, I take it that my viewers are not interested in non-narrowboating things or me whittering on about maths and condensation. It is interesting. If you look at the video stats, you can see when and where the top 2 videos were published. And I'm staggered that my video thumbnails have been shown 4.5 million times. Amazing. Looking at who is watching my videos, I find interesting, and I think I've identified my target audience, my core audience. 73.4% of my viewers are from the UK. Hardly surprising, it's a UK topic. Canals in the UK. 77.7% are not subscribed. I wish they would subscribe. It would really help the channel. 89.1%, let that number sink in, 89.1% are male, and over 80% of my viewers are over 55. So I think I have a quite tightly defined audience of over 55 British males. One final thing that has surprised me about YouTube is the volatility of subscribers numbers. I don't think I've ever unsubscribed from a channel. But I've found that if I want subscribers to unsubscribe, all I need to do is publish a video that is not about narrowboats. It's quite surprising. The churn of subscribers has been one of my big surprises. I was amazed that I got so many so quickly at the start, but it seems to have taken me a long time to sort of move on from that, and I keep losing subscribers. But anyway, it's just a bit of fun and just interesting to look at these stats. Okay, so what about my other income streams? Well, I added Amazon affiliate links in the video description some time ago and set up an Amazon shop as a way of collecting together the things that I use that fellow boaters or vloggers may be interested in. My thinking here is that it doesn't cost the person who is buying something via one of my links or the Amazon shop anything more than the cost of what they're buying. And I make a little bit of money out of this, so it's not too bad. From the Amazon affiliate links and the Amazon shop, I have made £43.37 over the past year. So not a huge amount of money, but it all helps. Finally, buy me a coffee. This is a tougher one to justify as the money is coming directly out of the viewer's pocket, but a lot of boaters seem to use buy me a coffee, and you don't have to buy me a coffee. It's voluntary. To date, I've made £8 through buy me a coffee. So that has been £8 that I've had donated, of which I get £6.65 after buy me a coffee take their handling fee. So in total, I have made £1,057.99 from my videoing and my online activities about a narrowboat. And so if I was running this as a business, I would be running at a loss of £6,976.75. Actually, the loss would be bigger than that, as I have to pay tax on the £1,057.99. So it would be more like £846.39. So the loss, in fact, would be £7,188.35. Now, please don't get me wrong. I am delighted to have made that £1,000, as it's £1,000 or £1,057.99 that I would not have otherwise had. I was not expecting that. And as I think some TV advert says, every little helps. So I'm really grateful for what I've made here. I didn't get into making videos about narrowboating to make money. I mean, who would? And I certainly didn't. Okay, that's all the gory details of the finances, and I hope you found that interesting, illuminating, or enlightening. As I've said, owning a narrowboat is not cheap, and making these videos and doing the online stuff doesn't bring in a huge amount of money. Well, at least not for me. Okay, so that's the full story. The Grey Wagtail has cost me just over £8,000 for the first year, and I made just over £1,000. But then again, I didn't get into this to make money, but to have fun, which I'm doing. So from me, it's a big thank you to all those who've watched my videos over the last year, and to the people who've bought stuff through my Amazon links, and to the kind souls who have bought me a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee. And also a huge thanks to everyone that has taken the time to comment on my videos and send in advice. I really do appreciate each and every comment, so a big thank you from me. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I think this has gone on for long enough. Now, if you found this video fun or informative, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And as usual, on the screen now you will see a QR code which, if scanned, will take you through to a free newsletter about the Grey Wagtail. The link for the newsletter is also in the video description below. Again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.